Hey, Islam Sheikh Dwayne Baffler Bay. Islam, I'm Arrington-Bey, your wife, and it is the 26th of March, 2022. I'm leaving Burger King, and Imani, he's probably at the room today. He's not working a double today. At least that's what he told me. I don't know, unless they changed his, unless something happened, he had to stay. But he said he didn't have to work a double, so hopefully he didn't. So today was okay day. My work ethics were let's see. I started off okay. Walked in. I jogged and walked to work today, and as I jogged and walked to work, I was cause I needed to. I come to the door, and my schedule's from 9 to 4, and the doors were locked at Burger King. I was like, so I'm like, because I'm already jogging and walking, so I'm not late, because I left out later than usual. And so I was like knocking on the door, and Stephen came, and one of the co-workers, and unlocked the door. So I rushed in. Anyway, I clocked in at 9:01, and then I started my day with, let's see, the register was 6 cents short. And Thomas was the manager, and I used the calculator, and I did it by hand. So the register was 6 cents short. When I came, it was just me expediting for a little while. Dora was at the drive-thru, and Thomas was making sandwiches. Hold on one moment. Crossing the road. Okay, thanks. I made a mistake. Customer had 2 small hash browns. I used the red small cartons for fries instead. I didn't catch it. Usually, I've had so many times thoughts of putting the hash browns in a small red carton, because the fries are. It's because I don't only work usually 30 minutes of the day shift. Morning shift, or not morning, but before, I should say, breakfast shift. And unless it goes over, and so because of that, me working only 30 minutes of the breakfast shift, and then the rest is pretty much all day lunch. You know, that's my connection to putting hash browns in the small cartons. And small red carton instead of the small paper bag. But I only did it. I had thoughts of doing it, but I caught myself. For example, I grabbed the carton. Like, why did I grab this carton? And I grabbed the small paper bag. And so anyway, I was taking orders and pushing food. Thomas was in the kitchen making the sandwiches, and Dora was at drive-thru. So that was my mistake. I told Thomas, and then Naomi, Naomi, one of the co-workers, we became busy, very busy. She said her brother's name's Dylan. I also work with him today. She came in and ordered, and I worked with her. I think it was this past Thursday I worked with her. Anyway, she said, Dora, get the she wanted Dora to give her the employee discount. And what I did was, because she didn't have on her work clothes, and I assumed she wasn't working. I told Thomas, I said, Thomas, it's okay that Naomi gets an employee discount. And he got upset and said, and yelled, so y'all stop asking me these stupid questions. And I said, you know, I'm just trying to make sure. I don't want to be accused of giving away food. And I don't think she's working today. And I asked her, I said, are you working today? She said, no, she's not working today. So we supposed to ask, as far as I know. Ask the manager, even though the manager, you might have a thought that the manager say yes. Or 95% in your mind, yes, but still you're supposed to ask. I've had in these years co-workers, or I don't know what is going on behind the scenes, but come in and I didn't know that they weren't working for Burger King anymore, or having some form of issues with the managers, and they come in and asking for a discount. And I didn't know they weren't working for Burger King anymore. They're having an issue. Anyway, the managers have said yes before I knew there was an issue or whatever. And then later it's like they come in and they say no. So that's why I always ask, because I don't know. Now, Carl, the owner, one of the owners said they're very lenient about that. But I always ask. If they're not working, because what I noticed is if the employee is working and their family member comes in with them, or a friend, the employee can say, put this under my number. And Carl said they lenient about about doing things like that, one of the owners. But if an employee comes in regular dress, not working on a schedule, and they want a discount, a 50% discount, or under their number, you're supposed to ask. But he got upset because I asked. So anyway, Dora had already gave her the discount. She's Spanish speaking. And I don't know, that's like a best description. And so she's another co-worker, and I just continue. So that was, and then there was another order. I don't know, the guy never. So he ordered a 5-piece French toast stick. Thomas said that. Anyway, he made the 8-piece jalapeno cheddar bites, but. The guy didn't come back with the 5-piece French toast stick and said they were jalapeno cheddar bites. So I don't know who gave out the jalapeno cheddar bites. Nonetheless, so I don't take responsibility for that. But because Dora, when she could, was also what I saw was trying to expedite it as well. But she was taking orders at drive-thru and handing out food as well. So let's see what else. And I had a feeling like I don't know. I cut over during this. So Dora, one of the things I realized, she asked me. She said, "How many French toast sticks on that ticket?" And I looked. I said, "Oh, only 2." And she said, "No," or I think I said 2 or 1 or something like 2. But I didn't see the number on the side. And she said, it's 7. There's 5 and 2. I said, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. There's the number on the side. Dwayne Buffett Bay. I notice sometimes, like, I look at a number, it's like, I really have to take time and look at the number. Sometimes when someone orders, you got, it could be like 5 French toast sticks, or 6, and if you just see the French toast stick at the top, you don't look at the number, you think it's only 1 order, but it's actually 5. And if you're rushing, you can miss, definitely not see. Anyway, I'll tell you about that another time, or not see clearly. And also there's also mental and spiritual invasion. So you got mental and spiritual invasions that also can affect your sight and cause your sight to be blurry. And so if someone, and then on a spiritual level, eye doctors, they need to make a lot of money. They need to make some money. They use one of these unclean spirits to always to engage to cause your eyesight to seem blurry, then there you go. The person goes to the eye doctor and have to buy all the glasses. I'm not saying this is happening every time, but as a spiritual woman studying spirituality, I know in knowing what we are among in reference to spirits, unclean spirits, I know that this is happening. But that's another story. But nonetheless, I was like, you're right, Dora, on the physical plane. Back to the physical plane. And then it sounded like I heard her say fail. I could be wrong, but it's actually said fail. You know, like someone take a test and being tested and they fail? I don't know, but I could be wrong. I don't know, because she speaks Spanish, so it's easy to misconstrue the words of someone, to me, if you speak Spanish. Sometimes, not all the time, but anyway, Naomi got her food, because she was and she sat down dealing my work with her brother today. See, some of my work ethics were so I just explained that. So that was definitely part of it. Changing the sanitizer on the front line. I swept. I changed the trash on the front line and the drive-through. I changed the trash on the front line twice. The drive-through once. I cleaned a shake spinner. Between about 3:15 p.m. and 3:30, and I kept the counter sanitized as much as possible. Kept the condiments filled up as much as possible. Let's see. I did the dining room. While I was out there the first time, wiped down the counters, filled the blue bucket up with sanitizer, wiped down the tables with sanitizer, filled the ice machine up, refilled the lids, the napkins, the straws, checked the trash, it was okay. The bathrooms look okay, as far as what I saw. And my spot swept. And I went out there again the second time and basically was doing the same thing again except for the ice. This time I did the trash on the front end where the drink container was. Thomas told me to fix the bathroom, the men's bathroom. So I went in there and someone had pooped and just stuffed and put a whole bunch of tissue in the men's bathroom, in the toilet stool. So it wasn't flushing. It was stopped up. So someone pooped and just kept putting, like just put a whole bunch of tissue, just like tissue after 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 tissue. So I put on my protective gear and cleaned it, and I was telling Thomas as I was taking the trash out towards the dumpster that I left the peroxide bottle and the plunger in there. Not Thomas, but James. Excuse me, James. James came in at approximately 2, I think it was. And this happened the second time I was cleaning the dining room. This happened after 2. So I was telling James that I left the peroxide and the plunger in the men's bathroom because what I did was like I told Thomas before, I doubled my gloves and tripled my gloves, quadruple them, the plastic ones, the white ones, and then it depends on what I'm doing, and I put on the long black ones so that I can take them off as I get through doing something, and that's, to me, it helps prevent cross-contamination as much as possible. So take off one layer, I have a clean layer on. Take off another layer, have a clean layer on. And then when I'm done, I wash my hands. So he went and got the peroxide, and he told me about I had took the trash that I put all the poop tissue and everything in out to the dumpster. He told me he said you shouldn't leave the peroxide. I told him, I said I couldn't carry it. I had one glove on to carry the trash. That was my last layer of glove, or two. I had 2 layers on to carry the trash, and I cleaned my other hand, took the gloves off, and the glove off on that hand, cleaned it so that I can maneuver the door. You know, so I couldn't carry the poop trash and maneuver the door with my clean hands. So I had to, you know, nonetheless, he said it's okay. He said in that situation, okay, you did it right there. I said, okay, thanks. So let's see here. So then I noticed that the woman's bathroom there's some that needed to be cleaned up a little bit too. So I did mop in there, and I went in there and cleaned the toilet, whatever. And then I made sure I wiped down the door, the men and women bathroom, and the peroxide, used peroxide, and the doorknob to the kitchen, so that it'll be sanitized. Let's see. So that was the second time. Okay. I guess around after that, and then the second time I think I said pretty much everything. So then I went on the front line to expedite the food and do whatever I could do. I swept. I forgot about that. I had already checked the refrigerator earlier, and I put the orange juice up to the top that was down at the bottom. Someone's still putting orange juice at the bottom. James said he don't like that, but he just told me so to do it. I don't know if he told others, but he said, I think he said he told others. But anyway, I don't do it anymore. And the water, someone's still putting the orange juice and water down at the bottom, so I just bring it up to the top. I put the apple juice in the refrigerator. So between 3 and 3:15, between 3:15 and 3:30, I cleaned the shake spinner approximately, and after that, because I knew I got off at 4, I was going to double check the refrigerator, make sure it's okay. And I was standing next to Toya. She's a somewhat new employee. Let me wait before I cross the road. And turn on the little button. And as I walked away from the fry station next to her. She was doing the sandwiches. There was a black male in the drive-thru, I remember, and it looked like he could be Spanish speaking at the front counter. I'm not sure, but James was like, go back over there and finish pushing and help push. I said, oh, okay. And then he looked at Toya, or in that direction, and said, I'm trying not to get irritated and send someone home, or send the person home, or tell them to go home. Right after that, it made me think that he was talking about me, and I was like, what did I do? So, because it was like, but I don't know who he was referring to, because he didn't say Rhonda. But many times he have out of the blue just tell me to leave, and I had like 30 minutes to go before my time was up at 4 p.m. But I don't know who he was talking to. He's looking at Toya. She's an African American new employee, unless she claiming nationality. I don't know if she claiming nationality or not. I just stayed there next to her, pushing, doing the fries, and did what he asked me to do, and it was no problem. So, but I don't know if he was talking about me. But I didn't think, I was like, what did I do? Anyway, I was thinking I just stay quiet, you know. Anyway, that was my day. It's March 26, 2022. It's Saturn day, and I am feeling pretty well. I did feel 4 sharp pains in my ankle, around my cranium here. I'm not accusing anyone, but this is what I experienced as I was earning money today at Burger King. My bottom foot slightly, my anus, I did. And it's interesting because sometimes the electricity, like on the menu, I don't know if anyone else noticed. I'm gonna ask them, it glitched. Like the electricity, I mean, notice this a lot of times. It'll just go like quickly, like a glitch, like it sort of like a glitch, like enough to, you wouldn't say come off and on, but just like a glitch. Like, so the board is electric. So the menu is electric, and so many times it seems like it's a glitch. I'm gonna ask them if they notice that. The reason why I say this is because on my break I deep breathed, and then as Thomas, the manager, said the number 3, he was calling out the number 3, and I'm not accusing him, but this is interesting. I had this urge to stop deep breathing. To go ahead, I had a thought that I might be late for break. I mean, I experienced a thought. It was an invading thought, an invasion of thought, a thought. And so once I stopped and I clicked off, I looked at the time. It said 12:33. So, and now this is a sequence of events. So he was just basically calling out a number. The order number for a customer. It sounded like while I was doing my video of deep breathing, and then I felt a urge and also experienced a forced thought that I might be late for work. So I clicked off the video quickly. I'm getting back late for coming back from break, and it's in my time. The time on my tablet said 12:33. But then when I came on the front line, it was so interesting. I had a thought, a forced thought of a experienced thought of the word Mason. I told you how spirits or people. I've heard people say 3 in an odd, and I'm not accusing Thomas of being one of them, odd way, or implying the word Mason, literally like an animals in Annapolis. Literally like deranged freaks. And then anyway, and once again I'm gonna ask them if anyone else notices. As the board glitched, I experienced a thought of, now this is a thought, so this is not something unless you have the telepathic code that you would be able to see. And I believe that there is a telepathic code that exists that Imani Gray Bay and I, Rhonda Arrington-Bey, reject, saying the robots say Mason. So can you imagine humanoid robots, which is it's just a thought that so I'm pretty sure this is real. Lab freaks, really, I mean, I can't, why not, saying that they make lab freaks. Well, if they're putting other DNA, dog, ape, whatever other DNA mixed up, and giving it and putting in telepathic code, okay, and then giving it to master people. And I told you about how, like, sometimes when people say I've heard 3, it's like it's a signal, like it's an activation. So I've heard like people say the number 3 and seeing some of the people at odd, like they being activated. Okay, so I mean, if you're trying to keep masses of people controlled and in a form of a low realm in thoughts, like animals, you can see, I can definitely see, and if they already have a mixture of, you don't know what it is that they have, and they're saying that they Masons. Why not humanoid robots, the Birdman, werewolves? Why, you know why? Of course, why not? Why would they not be called Masons? Call themselves Masons? I mean, it's not for science. It's for breeding. It's to keep and you know, if they're not naturalized in the constitutional fold, if they're not naturalized, then that's all you have to say. And then to top it off, they have an abundance of viruses and diseases. Abundance of viruses and diseases. Okay. So you have abundance of viruses and diseases, and you're trying to promote that you're a Mason. So, and the humanoid robots are saying I'm a Mason. Those that say I'm a werewolf, I'm a Mason. The Birdman, I'm a Mason. The dogs, pretty soon, the dogs, they're gonna be like, I'm a Mason. I'm a Mason dog. Roof. I'm a Mason dog. Roof. I'm a Mason dog. Anyway, me and my master, we Masons. Roof. We Masons. Look how I'm an extraordinary dog. Look what I can do. I'm a Mason dog. Roof. I'm an extraordinary being. Anyway, it's March 26, 2022. I'll talk to you later, Islam. And once again, Arrington-Bey and I, Arrington-Bey, is naturalized Moorish Americans. We don't know anyone personally here in Annapolis. Not one person can say that we know them personally. But we do respect that we exist, and we are coexisting among those who had different thoughts, beliefs, and so forth in religion. Islam?